The process that I would use to implement change in the organization that I chose was Cotter's 8 steps. I think that by this time and with everything that they've gone through and experienced, they are ready for a change. And I think this would be a perfect way for them to be able to make the change with a plan. And it wouldn't just be something that they're making up as they go, which has been kind of the pattern that they've been doing for a long time now. And because they've been making it up as they go, hence the reason that the results have not been successful. And a lot of people have tired along the way and they have just gone on to find other job opportunities. And most of the time, they're better job opportunities. Sadly, they're losing out on a lot of good qualified people, and they're getting desperate to the point where they're just hiring warm bodies to put in the classrooms, and at the end of the day, the ones that suffer are the students. So I know that by using Cotter's 8 steps, that would be the way to go. By building a sense of urgency, we would be able to, well, at this point, everybody would be ready for that change, and they would be willing to do anything to help them out, both in the classroom and with their paperwork and their workloads and everything. So that sense of urgency is already there. Being able to discuss it and bring them together, both professionals and paraprofessionals, make them all part of the team and have them all be involved so that they all have a say so. They'll feel they're involved and they'll feel like they're part of that change. They won't feel like they're just standing by watching the parade go by, and they're just kind of just looking and waiting to see what opportunity is given to them. When I was working in that program, that was the case most of the time. If we wanted some kind of job opportunity or just opportunity for advancement, you pretty much had to fight for it, and a lot of times you didn't win, which added to the frustration that we had. So we would be able to bring the team together and discuss ideas, let everybody pitch in, and once we have the idea set up, we would be able to see which ones were good, which ones were not, and just all be on the same page and in agreement that some ideas are going to have to be taken out while others will be made priority, and just take it for what it is, and it would be a team effort. It wouldn't be I gave my ideas while others didn't, and it would just be an overall team effort. The credit would be given equally around the table, and not one person would stand out above the rest. We would be able to form a team because the professionals are already there. We would have to add some professionals. In our case, I would hire a person per campus, and maybe with an assistant, to help them with all the paperwork with their IEPs and helping them set up, do phone calls for ARDs, and just having them be the ones that moderate the meeting, where right now the teacher's the one that's doing all of that. We would introduce them to the team and make them part of the team and have them give their insight as well, so we can all be on the same page and we can all collaborate. We would be able to create a vision together, and we would be able to, again, give ideas with the team, and just be able to set up goals and set up short-term goals and long-term goals, and set up timelines, deadlines, what we want to do as a team, and as well with the children, with the students. We would want to set up, a percentage rate. In my paper, I included that we would have 95%. And that might be pretty high, but I think that if we were all on the same page and worked together throughout the year, we would be able to achieve that. The students are lacking that structure in the classroom, and if we offered them that structure and that love and support that they're not getting at the moment, they would show their results, and they would show that they do want to learn, and that they do want to be able to achieve and make something out of themselves. And they will show that interest in the academic aspect if we showed interest towards them. we would communicate the vision again with each other. We would always have that open communication to where if anybody is slacking off or lagging behind, that we would be there to support them and, let them know that, we all need to put in from our time and just make the best that we can out of it, and try and remove any obstacles as far as people, staff that are resisting, or students might have issues, behavioral issues, address them right away and make that a priority. Bring in the parents and make the parents part of the plan as well. Have the parents understand that those kinds of behavioral issues are not going to be tolerated. While in my personal experience, we were automatically given fault for whatever happened. So if the student was messing up and causing fights and disruptive in the classroom, it was always our fault. And if we tried to discipline or do something about it, it never worked out on our behalf. It was always our fault. And so just giving the teachers and the paraprofessionals that power, giving them that power back, that if they say something, if they fill out a referral, that it's going to be followed through and parents are going to be contacted, whatever needs to happen is going to happen. Whereas right now, principals are the principal is pretty much telling them stop filling out referrals because we have too many and we can't handle all of them. A lot of it also goes on the workload that's on administration on campus. So, if our team is together and united, we'll be able to take care of those discipline issues quickly and swiftly so that they don't happen again. We would remove all obstacles also with anything having to do with monetary. We would need complete support as far as that's concerned to bring in any resources that our students might need, any new technology, assistive technology, because most of them are deaf and hard of hearing. So anything that would help enhance that educational experience for them would be greatly appreciated. And celebrating short-term achievements along the way throughout the school year, and whatever it is that we plan, deadlines and timelines, be able to give a little incentive both to the teachers and to the students, like bringing in a light breakfast, or now that the holidays are coming around, bringing in tacos or tamales during Fridays. They can all go and enjoy a donut, or bring in coffee for the teachers. What else would we be able to do? We would be able to do something for the students as well, where they would have like movie Friday, or have popcorn made for them. Something to show them that their work and their efforts they're being noticed. And I think a lot of us, we want that, so once in a while it's good to be noticed and that pat on the back, and you don't want to just be working and working and working and working and you feel like you're not appreciated. So we want to be able to do that for them as well. We also want to build on and change. We want to build on the change and look to improve. Once the changes start and people start getting into the routine and start accepting those changes, those become part of your everyday routine. So we want to be able to build on that. If we see that we're meeting our deadlines and our timelines, sooner than what we had set, make new ones and build on that and improve. Even though we've already surpassed it, that's always going to be a great thing to be able to surpass that. That just shows that we are able to do those changes and do those things. We want to make change stick. And we want to make sure that whatever we're implementing on the organization is going to continue for a long time. And I think that would be good, because once our staff and students and parents and the community see that change, they'll be able to see that, we're doing something about it. And they're going to want to join in. They're going to want to support. And just to be able to have that is going to be sufficient for us to be able to continue with those changes. So it's not going to be the change that we're going to see is not going to be something that's going to be for 1 year, but we want it to be something that continues throughout the years, so that our new students that are coming in are able to succeed just the way the students from the year before were able to succeed. And if we're able to meet our 95% passing rate, that maybe next year we can move up 1 more point, or maybe 2 or 3 more points, and maybe we can even get to where our program is at 100% passing. And really the change overall is for that, for our student success, so that they're able to grow up and be somebody in the community and not just fall through the gaps and become troublemakers and criminal records and everything when they grow up. Socrates says that the secret of change is not to focus all of our energy not on fighting the old, but building on the new. And I think that is something that we can all take from this. And I know that I myself am a little bit hesitant to change, but whenever I see that there's an issue that needs to be addressed, then it's definitely time for change. And it's something that I've learned to adapt to and take on my own, in my own personal life. And I think that if we're able to do these things in the organizations that we're in, it's just one step closer to being able to achieve, the ultimate goal, to be successful in the organization. And maybe if the organization was in a bad place, to steer it towards, a better future, a more productive future and success for everybody. So I think that that's probably what I've taken away from this class, and just it's opened my eyes and made me realize a lot of things that are possible, and that they are possible, by making a plan and just working with it and sticking to it and persisting, and so that's my summary of what I would implement on the organization. So have a good restful holiday, and it was a pleasure having you as a teacher.